What's going on out there? This is Rick with Street Ride. Another video today. Got a package in the mail. Something I purchased from GermanCarAccessories.com. And I want to show you guys what I got. So this is what I have. I have actually 3 packages with this big box here, this small baguette here, and this box right here. I'm actually most excited for this box. This is what I'm most excited for. But that's not what today's video is about. Today is about the big box. And I guess the small packaging too. I'll do another video on the small box. We're gonna open up this one right here. I'm very excited to show you what's inside of it. And we're going to install it on the S5. I don't have a camera stand today, so I'll probably be doing a lot of cuts so I can open it up. But obviously you can see it's closed. I haven't opened it yet, and this will be my first time looking at it, and I'm curious on how well this thing looks. But enough talk, let me open it up and show you what I got. You know, I don't know why I always try to make this thing a surprise when I actually put in the title of the video what I'm installing, but whatever. It's fun for me, so I do it. So here it is. Take a look, open up the box. Oh boy. I went ahead and got this sheet out because, you know, weird. And there's this. Kind of see the emblem in here. It should be black. Should be a black Audi emblem. That's gonna go on my grill. There's already a grill. There's already an emblem there. Is that a rear emblem? What is this? All right, let me finish cutting this up and I can show it to you guys. All right, here's everything that you get with the GermanAccessoryCars.com or GermanCarsAccessories.com or whatever it is. I do apologize. I'm terrible with remembering stuff. You're gonna get the Audi front grille emblem that they mail separately. And it comes with your RS5 stuff that I'm not gonna use, but I will use the Quattro thing, which I didn't know I was gonna have to spell it out myself. That's a thing. All these badges I'm not gonna use. And then I think this is the front camera mount. Now I heard there's a better camera mount that you can 3D print. I have a 3D printer over there. I don't know if you can see it by the fish tank. So I'll try this one out. If it doesn't fit well, I'll 3D print one. And then there's your German license plate bracket. So I'll have to end up spray painting my crash bar, and it's gonna be a little bit of a project. But all in all, it'll be interesting to see how I do all this. The grill looks great. I mean, I don't have an RS5, so I don't know what to compare it to per se, you know. But it looks great, I think, and I'm excited. I think this is really gonna bring the car to life as I start to get some of that stuff over there blacked out. So I'm gonna get vinyl on it, on those silver parts over there besides the grill. I guess the first thing I need to do is go ahead and start piecing this together, figuring out how I'm supposed to set this up. I'll probably have to measure to put the word Quattro through. Hopefully I spell it right. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's get started. I'm sorry I don't have a camera stand so we can just kind of watch me do everything, but as usual I will point out the different things that might be difficult, and if it's super easy then I'll just let you know, hey, just plug it in, it's super easy. But I heard that there are some fitment issues sometimes with this, but we're gonna see how good this replica RS5 honeycomb grill is. First things first, I went ahead and put in this grill mesh that the Audi emblem is going to mount on top of. Basically, get a good look. You're pushing these little clips through. One here, one one there, one down here, and 2 here. Now they're all there on this one. Originally I thought there was, you know, a lot of broken pieces, but then there's spots like this which is questionable as to why they did it like that. But ultimately it goes in. It's really snug. There's a little bit of flexing that has to happen for some of these to go in. I'm not expecting an OEM fit, right? Because these are replicas, but this actually does fit very well, and I'm happy with what that looks like. So I'm gonna put the blacked out Audi emblem on it and then go from there. Oh, one other thing, I use a flat tip screwdriver for some of the flexing. It doesn't feel brittle, but it feels like you have to take care of what you're doing, or be careful of what you're doing. So when you're snapping this in, just take precautions, you know, don't pry on things that are only gonna be on the outside or exposed. Don't pry on things too hard. You know, just a little bit of flexing, but this pops in, okay? So it looks like these are gonna go line up here like this. Let's see here. I'm right-handed. Probably should have used my right hand, but yeah, it just snaps in like that. Okay. Oh, see, let's see how this is a little snug. It's kind of right here. You see, it's sticking out. So, like I said, you have to do a little bit of flexing on some of these. Just be careful. And there it is. Look at that. Perfect. Looks great. All right, I was finally able to lay out Quattro here. I don't know why these weird letters were throwing me off. Here's the RS5 stuff. Won't be using that, and then that goes in the grill. Won't be using that. Now here's something that tells you, quality of something you're buying, right? If you look on the back of these, you got your double side tape there, you got your double side tape there, double side tape there. I think this one, double side tape missing. How do I know it's missing? Because that's correct. That's not in the rest of these, and this. Now, granted, look at this. I might be able to use this little piece in here for the O. Maybe I'll be able to cut it and use it for right here. But that is what you're gonna get. When you're not buying it, when you're getting this type of quality replica. I would have gotten my grill from Carbon Lab, but they're all sold out or on back order, and I was like, you know what, this is only a few $100. Let me just grab this, and if it doesn't look good or it doesn't fit, of course I'll get my money back or I'll just buy the other grill. But I wanted to try this out, and I know that some people have questions about this grill, so I went ahead and got it. So this isn't that big. This is not major. This would not stop me from ordering from them per se. It just attention to detail, right? It's one of those things. So I'm gonna have to measure and line this up as best that I can. I don't see any marks on there that kind of help label it. I really wish that would already been on there, but it's not. So I'll get some alcohol, clean up the grill a little bit better, and we'll stick these on here. And hopefully it doesn't look like a 3-year-old on a fridge. All right, I actually found my stand. So I have my alcohols. I have a tape measure that I probably won't use. I'm gonna take a couple more sips of this alcohol, apply a little bit of this alcohol, and then we're gonna line up the letters, and hopefully we can get it looking somewhat decent. Of course, it will not look anything like an RS5 grill at all. So what I have noticed is that a lot of the Quattros tend to be here that I've seen on some of the RS5 pictures. You might like yours spread out a little bit, so you can do it however you want because these emblems obviously are just taped on there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of alcohol, right? And I'm just gonna wipe this down a little bit, get my fingerprints off, and then I'll just dry it with the other side. If that looks half-assed, it's because it is. I already done it. Thinking I was recording, and I wasn't. Also, the Quattro here, the T is the middle, 7 letters, but as you can see, the length from here to here and from here to here are going to be different. See, if we put these right here, we see that not exactly centered. So we're going to bring, the T is not going to be completely centered, this middle T. It's gonna be off just a little bit. I'm gonna, just kind of eye it. I thought I was gonna use my tape measure. I'm probably not gonna use it. I'm probably just gonna really eye it, and then you can watch as I attempt to do this. I went ahead and added the tape there that I was talking about. I'm gonna get a razor blade and kind of clean this up a little better. I used spheres to cut this part out, and I'm gonna kind of clean that up a little bit. Other than that, as you can see, that's the idea behind it. When it goes down there, I just kind of want this piece to be on. It may have stayed with just the pieces here, but I wanted to do this part here too as well. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start placing. All right, let's begin. Again, I will be eyeing this, so we'll see how it goes. And ta-da, there it is. It's probably crooked, but let's see how it looks from a distance here. All right, I don't think it looks too bad. It looks like it's somewhat centered. I don't know about the line across, but I think that'll work for now. I'm sure I could have measured. Maybe there's a template out there. I did kind of search, I didn't find anything. If any of the letters look too crazy, I can always pull them off and re-double side tape them, so it's not that big of a deal. Next, we're going to start removing the other grill. I know I have done videos on removing the front bumper before, and I could easily just skip through it with this video, but since now I'm a little bit more efficient on removing the front bumper, I just want to be a little bit more thorough on the process, and I think that'll be helpful since now I'm better at it. So we'll go ahead and I will kind of show the process a little bit more thorough than I was before. Let's get started. Let's remove this bumper and get this one installed. As per usual, the first thing you want to do is remove the little clip back here. I use a nice small or skinny flat tip screwdriver, kind of the ones you use to work on computers. I use one of those. You just get behind here, there's little grooves, and you're just gonna pry them out. See, just gonna hear it coming. And once you pull that part out right here, you can remove it all the way, kind of tug it out right here, and that slides off, and then you can put it right back in, and it'll snap back on. Next, we're gonna remove this, and this right here, you just pull straight up. You're just gonna untuck this, pull that straight up like that, comes right on out. All right, next we have some T30s, 4 of them right here. We're gonna remove all 4 of them, and then we're gonna continue, okay? Let me go ahead and get my tool, and we'll get at that. Always stay organized so you can find your screws later. I believe we are done at the top here. We're gonna go ahead and hit the sides over here or both and remove the T30s that are back there as well. I'll turn the wheel in so I can have access to these T25s, I think they are. I'm gonna remove these, and then there's a clip in here. And then remember, as before, if you haven't seen my first video, there is a T30 deep down in there, and we make a little extension and we get to that. So let me remove these real quick, and then we'll get back to it. You're gonna pull the fender back a little bit here. Just be careful with it, just like some rubber inserts that go in here, things like that. You can pull the insert with it, and then you can put it back on the fender. I don't know if you can see here, but there is the clip that we're gonna pry up, and we're gonna pry it up, and then we're gonna pull it out, and then you can see it. There's the other T30, or let me see if I can get the focus. There it is. We're gonna grab that one right there. That one right there. So we're gonna pry on this right here at the top here. Get in between it and just pull it up. See, it's coming up. A little difficult to do with the camera in between myself and the clip. Oops, it lost focus, did it? Oops, let me go ahead and try to focus it again. So it's a clip that this top part slides down and it locks it. So I don't wanna break my screwdriver, but now that I got it started, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bigger screwdriver or flat tip and see if I can get it. All right, it did give me some trouble, but I got it out. And if you can see here, it just spreads that out when it pushes down, and then you pull it up. Now it can come completely out, and I actually recommend taking it completely out when you set it back in. To me, it's easier. Some people don't take it apart, that's fine. It's just stuck because it's dirty. And then you just pop this part in, back in the hole, and you just slide that in, and it locks it in place. So next we're gonna try and get to the T30 all the way back there. I'll have to make a little bit of an extension to get to it, but it'll be easy, I promise you. This is what I use for an extension. I'll show you over here. Right here, now I have an adapter so I can use that little electric gun here. You don't need much of an extension. This will work. And let me line it up for you so you can kind of see how I get it. So you see it right there, and I just stick it in there. That's what she said. Twist. Now, I didn't expect it to be this loose. Probably didn't tighten it that much last time I put it in, for obvious reasons. But that's it. Oh, loosey-goosey. And I'll go and get it with my hands if I can. And I can do that. Here it is. And that's it. I mean, this side is pretty much ready to come apart. I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll get underneath the vehicle and do the bolts under the carriage. Two things I want to show you. If you get this loosened, you literally can twist this. And I don't have my stand in my hand, but imagine this part still, bottom part. The top part you can twist and pull up at the same time, and that kind of loosens the dirt, and it pops this right out. So that one came out even easier than the other side. The second thing is the AC lines on this side can make it very difficult to get to that right there. I think last time I went in between here to go there. So I'm gonna line it up and see if that's how I did it, and I'll show you. All right, so this actually isn't that bad. You see, it went right in between there. And if it's anything like the other side, and it's not, it's not as loose. Maybe if I twist here. Nope, it's not as loose. So I'm gonna just put my little gun on it and go from there. Go ahead and there it is. Out. We're going to be removing these bolts. Everything that pretty much goes around this and down. I won't be able to show you exactly because unfortunately I will need both my hands to do this, kind of, sort of. Remove the bolts that run around alongside this, straight down, and that's it. That'll be it, and then this will come off. All right, so I'm gonna put my knee here. Go ahead and pull this loose. I'll do the same on this side, and then that comes to the middle. What I do to get the camera mount is I go ahead and I take the bumper and I flip it, and then from here I disconnect the sensor on the bottom. Connectors on the bottom. There we go. And we were disconnected. You didn't see me disconnect it right here. This is supposed to be disconnected as well. Something creepy. So I hit a few cicadas a couple of days ago coming in Maryland. There's some dead ones, but look, that one is still alive. Yeah, he's still moving. And he was stuck in my grill. I figured this would be a great time to once again say hello to my Rev 9 intercooler. Let me get out of the light. Here she is, Rev 9. If you didn't notice, I did spray paint my crash bar here so that it wouldn't show silver. Just remember when you're painting, if you're not gonna take your crash bar off, I did not take my crash bar off. You can, it's just a couple of bolts. I didn't take mine off because my intercooler is already black, and I just covered up my headlights, did a quick spray paint on it. That's pretty much it. Take it off if you're uncomfortable painting around your car, if you're not gonna tape things off. Next, we're gonna look at swapping over everything to the new grill and what that's gonna look like. All right, just a quick glance at what we'll have to do. Now, hopefully that's a good angle that you can see. So it looks like we've got some clips here. We got some Torx Big T25s all the way around. We're gonna zip those off. Sensors here, we're gonna pop out some clips holding the cables on. I'm gonna go ahead and knock all that out. If there's anything here that's super difficult, challenging, I'll come up with some tips, tricks to get it out, and then we'll have the grill out and we'll pop the new one in. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so I got all the clips out, sensors are disconnected. It turns out separating the grill from the bumper is actually very challenging. It's not as simple as just removing some bolts and it slides out. Okay, one thing I noticed is you want to start from a corner. I started from this corner. Basically, I popped these down and I pulled this back and it came off of this lip. And it looks like now I have somewhere to kind of pull while I'm prying it out. So I'm gonna try that out and I'll let you know if it works. So it looks like you have to work your way around. This piece comes out all together and then you separate the grill. So I'm pulling this piece up now. It was a little tough. I had to pry in here so that part would fall down through. And I believe it's just gonna remove all this down. Not sure yet, because like I said, it's my first time. So see how it goes. Okay. All right, so this is a pain in the ass. There's no other way to describe the torture that this thing puts you through. Did find out this, okay? You wanna remove this bottom piece first. It's a pain. I'm gonna try to show you the clips that you're gonna remove. They're right here. This one, that one, I think this one, I think it's that one, and this one. And they're stupid, right? Because you have to pry this back, pry it that way, and then the clip that's in here, it hangs on this lip here, so you gotta push it back too, but for some reason, you can't push them both back at the same time. Maybe you can, I couldn't. Pry that first back to loosen it up, and then I pushed it through. And then you have it on the side here too, and there's something here. And you can kind of see the lips on these things that hold it in. I believe this has to come on first. The silver piece is gonna stay in, so you're not gonna remove these in here. So you just remove that, because that's kind of holding this part of the grill that I need. It's almost off. It's connected to the little strip of bumper that goes right here. So you're gonna have to figure out which one of these to remove, probably the black ones. It is a pain in the butt. It is. It is. Those are the tips I have for this part. And I'm sweating, I'm frustrated, I've been tied my hair in the back. Don't feel bad if you get frustrated. It's hot as hell in here, but it'll be worth it, hopefully. Assuming that the German car accessory RS5 bumper grill thing fits. So let's keep going. So we lost the sun, but looks like once I learned how these clips work, it was actually easy to remove this. So this is out, and we can kind of put the bumper to the side and work on swapping this grill. So I'm gonna move the bumper to a safe location. Don't mind this. Apparently, maybe this wasn't even required to come off, but I took it off. So, I'm sorry. Apparently this may not be required to take off. I took it off anyway. Made it easier for me, but I think it is required. Whatever, I don't know, because I'm losing my mind doing this. All right, self-explanatory. I need to move this camera over. I need to move these sensors out of here. Oh, by the way, this sensor, you pull it up, the clip up, then pinch it, just in case you get stuck on it. I've heard of people having to cut their crash bar to fit these, because I think the kits usually flip this the other way. If I do have to do that, I have a oscillating tool, so I'll be able to cut that. It's not a problem. But hopefully not, but we'll see. And like I said, I heard this angle is terrible. If it's really, really bad, and since it's easy to get to, even with the grill in, I'll check it out. If it's bad, I'll end up doing a printing out, 3D printing to replace this one. So only thing left to do is move over the camera and these sensors here. I don't know if you know this, but if you get stuck on these sensors, you move there's a little slider that slides out of the clip, then you pinch it and you pull it out. I'm just gonna swap these over. I think that'll be it, and then we'll go ahead and put this grill in and go from there. If the camera angle isn't that good on this, I'm not worried about it. It's easy to get to take the bumper off to get to it, and I'll put in the new one. But I'm gonna try this one out for now, just so you guys can know whether or not it's required to get to get a 3D mounted one or a better angle or something like that. So this camera mount here, it is too small to fit over this camera. Isn't that unfortunate? And that's all they really give you. So that being said, I'm gonna have to wallow this out a little bit so it'll slide over here. And you want to make sure that you definitely use the ring for the camera here. So I got the camera mounted in here. It was a little bit of a pain. It's kind of ugly, as you can see, but they do give you a little ring to help dress it up. Problem with the little ring is you're probably gonna have to glue it on there, some way to hold it, like kind of glue it. Other than that, it doesn't really stay on. Then on top of that, I had to cut a lot of that actually. You can see it in there where I cut it. And you want to cut it closer to this side, because you want this square part to be flush in here. Don't want it like hanging up. You want it to be flush in here. So you'll have to cut it to make that happen. Unless yours comes better than mine. Mine's needed to be cut. And as you can see, it's kind of ugly. If you don't mind it, I guess you can run with it. Also, if you're wondering what part of the camera is up, that's the bottom. And then there's writing on the top. It doesn't say up, but there's like a label, and you kind of just know when you take note. And if it's wrong, take the bumper back off and flip it. All right, well, I did have to flip it to get it in. So instead of the connector being on this side, it's on this side, which means I'm probably gonna have to cut, like everybody else, into my what's that thing called, my crash bar. Same thing here. It was the only way I can get it to fit halfway decent. There's a sensor there, kind of cocked off to the right and left there. I'm sure it can still pick up what it needs to pick up. And then there's the camera protruding like something in a science fiction movie. I'm gonna put this on, glue it, let that sit for a little bit, and then I'll continue on with the install. All right, quick note, they're not done building this bumper. As you can see right here, that needs to be popped out. So it's causing me not to be able to attach it. There's probably a couple more here that need to be popped out. Also, that top part has to be removed because the top part is replaced by this top part. So yeah, that did have to come off. So still headed in the right direction. I just wanted you to know that some of these parts here may not be popped out, and so it might cause an issue when you put it together. So just take a screwdriver and gently push through until it pops out, and then you can pop them in. All right, so here it is, almost ready to go on. As you notice, I haven't put the S5 on there yet because I don't know how much of a pain in the butt it's gonna be. Here it is. Let me finish it up. These are the cuts that I made in the bumper to fit it. Here is the other cuts that I made to fit the sensor in there. I use a grinder and a Dremel, but just use whatever works for you. The grinder just works faster, that's why I use that. Oh, by the way, you might as well take off the foam because styrofoam, it won't fit with the styrofoam on. That's why it's important to paint your bumper. All in all, the grill looks amazing, I think. What do you guys think of the fitment? Not bad. Couple of issues, nothing big. Again, I got this at GermanCarAccessories.com and something else from them. takes a lot of patience because of the snaps. Once you figure it out, start going through it, it's kind of quick. Also, cutting the bumper support. Take your time. You're probably gonna put it on, off a few times. I know in the video it seems like I do it one time, but I don't. I do it a bunch of times. But eventually I got it, right? It actually doesn't look bad with the silver, with the Quattro being silver. It really doesn't. I don't know. I kind of want that black gloss look, so I'll probably still do it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. And I can't wait to show you what this is. Obviously, the title of the next video is gonna tell you exactly what it is. So we'll jump straight into it and we'll get this installed as well. Peace.